Twisted thoughts of you and me, mixed with twisted imagery. Toxic love affair and toxic goddamn air.
Hi guys, and welcome to the American Ghost Hunter Show. Well, this is weird, to say the least, because it used to be Daryl doing this, but it's now me. So yeah, weird, right?
Well, you do it every week now, dude.
Yeah, I know, but you're not
5
usually.
months now.
Yeah, but you're not usually like next to me, in the window anyway. So
In the window, yeah.
it's a bit surreal. But yes, Daryl used to host his show, and now he is a major celebrity. Well, B-list at least.
I'll say celebrity, not a major celebrity. Like C-list.
Yeah, D-list, yeah.
Yeah.
Double D-list. And so now he's now lead investigator on the reboot of Ghost Hunters, which is incredible. We know someone that's famous, and he's our friend. And no, I agree, he's our friend. We knew Daryl before he was famous. All the things we could tell you.
People are saying on the live chat there's no audio or sound.
Oh God. I hope there's sound now.
I can hear okay. Some people are saying they can hear okay, can't hear okay. Some people are saying they can't.
Okay. Well, everything is as I haven't changed anything, so if people can't hear, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Brendan can hear us fine. Thank you for confirming that. So
I would just let the people know who can't hear that we're alright on our end.
Yeah. So if you can't hear us,
people are saying
guys,
just to refresh it. So
yeah, if you can't hear us, just refresh the page. Sometimes it doesn't work, so you have to refresh it. I don't know why. Welcome to Facebook Live, people. So Daryl is now a D-list celebrity. Me and Greg, nobody still, but that's fine. I don't hold a grudge. But like I said, we knew Daryl before he was famous. All the things we could tell you.
Everybody's somebody for one thing. Okay, just because you're not on TV doesn't mean you're nobody, right?
Man, I really don't care. I'm me and Greg are like over the moon for you. I mean, like I've always said, I'm more happy for you than I would be for myself. So,
well, I appreciate that, guys. I really do.
Yeah,
but
we don't care.
It's not as glamorous as everybody thinks. Believe me, it's fun.
I can imagine.
It's a great time. It's a job of a lifetime. But I mean, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, it's a lot of hours, a lot of time away from your family.
Yeah.
I mean, we're literally home maybe 7 days a month, if that. So a week a month. But it's a great time, man. We get to see a lot of cool things, investigate a lot of really cool places. So yeah, I mean, I can't complain. I love it. I love my job. I love the people I work with, the crew, the team. I missed you guys. I miss Paranormal Warehouse as well, and I try to watch it on Sunday nights when if I'm not filming or anything. So.
Well, yeah. Luckily, Sunday nights are usually quite quiet for you, aren't they?
Yeah, Sunday nights we're usually either traveling in on flights or we're just settling into our hotels, wherever that is.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a second because Daryl, for some reason, has decided to take over. I don't know why. This isn't his show anymore. Let's just say hello to some people that are watching. I'm going to say hello to. We've got a lot of regular viewers tuning in, a lot of friends. Hi, Brendan. Shay, sorry, I'm like the only person in the world that calls Shay Brendan. I swear to God.
Yeah, I do too.
So, hi Shay, thank you for tuning in, my man. Hi Melissa. Hello, Daryl's wife. Hi Melanie. Mike Wheelie Wheelie. Is that Wheelie your name? Thank you for tuning in, man. Ashley, Storm. Whoever you are, Tonia Refamonte, I hope I got that right. ParanormalWarehouse.com, that's me. Donald, Colette, Donald again, and all the others. Thank you for tuning in. Anyway, so yeah, this is Daryl. He's on Ghost Hunters. No big deal. But also, someone tied the knot yesterday.
Yeah.
Didn't they, Greg?
What?
You tied the knot.
Yes.
How was it getting married at
That
one of
guy
the
over
most
there.
haunted locations in Ohio?
I mean, it was awesome. It was absolutely gorgeous, and it was a great day for it. So.
Good. And in case anyone's wondering, we're referring to Madison Seminary.
Yes.
For some reason, getting married at a haunted location appealed to him.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
That's
you had a
pretty
good
cool,
day.
though.
Man.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. If you're
Oh
gonna
no, I'm
get
not
married somewhere,
dissing it.
that's a cool place to get married.
Right.
Definitely.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, it was a lot of fun, and I mean, it was a little stressful at times, but it ended up being pretty awesome. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
Congrats. We're all happy for you, Greg, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I apologize once again for not being able to get there, but I just gotten home yesterday morning, like 1 a.m., dude.
And obviously, I live in a different country, so.
Yeah. I mean, you could have still flew over here. I mean, it's not a big
Yeah, again, I don't have $2,000.
$2,000.
Well, for flights and like place to stay.
I mean, you could have stayed with me.
Nah, I don't really want to.
I didn't even get drunk last night, and I ended up driving home. So there you go.
Well, I had to drive home from my wedding. Actually, no, I didn't. There was a hotel right next door, so we stayed there, and then my dad drove me to the airport the next morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I was obviously Madison's. It was about an hour and a half from me, so we went there. Well, me and the guys went there early in the morning, got everything ready to go. Had the wedding, and then left there, and then we came back about an hour south to where we actually had the reception. So I still ended up having to drive about half hour, 40 minutes home. So it wasn't bad. It was fun.
Well, at least there was no traffic. Was there traffic?
Not really. I mean, it's Labor Day weekend, so I mean, it was real heavy with cops and stuff. But
yeah. Question: What is Labor Day?
It's a day where you don't work.
Right. We call them bank holidays in the UK. We have more than one as well.
I think we pretty much just call them fake holidays, but it's a free day off work, so
Yeah, unless you happen to work at a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's for cool people, we get the day off, so.
So anyway, back
like
to
our whole company's shut down, so I don't have to worry about that.
So anyway, back to Mr. Daryl Marston, the man with the beard and the muscles.
Yeah.
Or was I calling? I mean, are you okay with me calling you Swayze?
What?
Are you okay with me calling you Swayze?
I don't care.
Because you know why I call you Swayze, don't you?
Because of Julian from Trevor Boys. Yeah.
Yep, that's why.
Yeah. I know why you call me Swayze. I get it. I'm a Trailer Park Boys geek. I know.
Yeah, we all are.
Right.
So, guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're just joining us, if you have any questions for Daryl, please let us know and we'll pass them on. Or if you just generally want to say something, then and you can't say it to his face, then tell us and we'll pass it on. Although he is in the chat, so he can see what you're all saying.
I'm trying to watch, guys. Yeah. And I want to say a lot of highs. It's hard for me to type it in real quick. I mean, there's a lot of great people on here. Brendan Shea, awesome brother. I appreciate your support as always. Who else? Keith Bailey, Thomas, all you guys. I can't really. I'm trying to scroll back here. Melissa Grubbs, Brendan Shea again, Donna. Hey, Keith Bailey again. Thomas Edward. How you doing, brother?
Hey. Hello, my wife.
Hey, Thomas, you're on Paranormal Warehouse now, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
I can't remember. I can't keep up. I can't keep up with everything that goes on.
Yes, Daryl Hutchison. How you doing, bro? Helena, hey, on. Janelle. Is that Janelle? Sorry, I don't have my glass on. Janelle, how you doing? Yeah, my wife Melody's on here. Yeah.
Yeah, Keith, Vicky, Maria, Melissa. Again, I've always said hello to Melissa.
Thomas, put the name of your show in the chat so I know what to watch, man. Because I haven't been able to really get online a lot lately.
Yeah, I can't. Paranormal Warehouse has got so much stuff going on at the moment. I can't keep up with what shows are on or what. The only reason why I know you were on What the Frick Paranormal was because, well, I put the post on your website. Other than that, I can't keep up with anything. I didn't even realise it was going to be on Paranormal Warehouse until the day before. So, Paranormal Warehouse, there's a lot going on at the moment, man.
I got a question here from Keith Bailey. You guys are doing such a great job hosting this show. You're supposed to be asking me the questions.
Well, yes, you're naturally taking over. I'm gonna take control. Right, let me go back and see what Keith Bailey wanted to know.
Yeah.
What did
Ask me Keith Bailey's question.
I tell you, Daryl, you tell me the question, and then I'll ask you.
Keith Bailey wants to know what the most challenging thing is for me being on Ghost Hunters.
Okay, so Daryl, what's the most challenging thing for you being on Ghost Hunters?
Really, it's in the beginning. It was just getting used to the schedules of flying all the time and driving so far and things of that nature. But I mean, it's really not that challenging because everything's set up for us. We just have to show up. Everything's done for us, which is great. We have a great crew. I mean, if it wasn't for our crew, the seven of us who are the team, being Grant, myself, Kristen, Brian, Rochelle, Mustafa, and Brandon, we wouldn't look as good as we do. Believe me. Those guys, we have some of the most amazing people behind the scenes, from Pilgrim all the way to A&E and to everybody else in between, who make us look that good and keep us on track and make sure we show up in time and schedules and all that stuff. So I mean, I think right now the most challenging thing is just being away from your family for so long. But we're more of a schedule now. We're on in the beginning it was like a 3-week on, 1 week home type schedule. Now we're like 2 weeks on, 1 week home, which is nicer because you get a little bit of a break in between there.
So when do you actually wrap on season 1? January. So it's going to get cold. I mean, do you know roughly what parts of America you're going to be going to over the course of the next 5 months?
I'll just give you some demographics. I'm not going to say states or anything right this
No.
moment.
Basically,
next
in the winter, are you going to be somewhere cold? That's all I want to know.
Well, let me put it this way. It's in the summer, and I can say this now because we already left these places, but we were in Mississippi and Louisiana, where in the summer,
I can imagine, yeah.
I tell you right now, the mosquitoes in Louisiana are no joke. Anybody watching who's from Louisiana, please back me up on this.
Ashley can tell you.
Some of them were so big you could probably throw a saddle on the damn things and ride them, man. They're like drones flying around.
I can imagine, like in South Park when they have all those drones. Yeah, just like.
They were just so mean and nasty, man. It was just horrible.
I mean, we had in the UK this summer. I think we had one day that was sort of close to the sort of weather that you get in Louisiana. But that was one day, and that temperature was only for like between 11 and 2 o'clock, and then it started to go down again.
Oh, dude!
I have no idea.
You don't know hot until you're in Mississippi, bro.
Oh, okay.
You don't know.
I don't know. I mean, you could go to like the Sudan. I mean, I'd imagine it's hotter there.
Oh, dude! I'm telling you right now, you never felt heat like that because it's so humid.
Yeah.
On top of the heat.
Well, that's why you have air conditioning everywhere in America.
Yeah, but it doesn't help that you have to work. If you're working outside or something, man, you're in it, dude. It doesn't matter if it was like 1 o'clock in the morning over in Mississippi or Louisiana. It was still like 95 degrees, man. It was that hot.
I can imagine. I mean, we got up to near that on that one day. And I mean, it's not even been anywhere near that the past week. It got quite hot and it was killing me. So I don't know how to cope.
I want to say a shout out to Jimmy here. I think his last name is Miracle, something like that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Founder of Afterlife Pathways in Kentucky here. Ghost Hunters is by far the most realistic show out there. Keep up. I mean,
He's doing my job again. What a prick.
I can't open it. I'm
Keep
sorry.
up the great work.
Okay, keep up the great work. Thank you. I can't open it up for some reason. Well, let me.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's talk about the actual show. Obviously,
Well,
we've
hey,
got
hold
some
on. We do
questions.
have a question real quick. Maria wanted to know, how often does your work follow you home?
Anymore, not at all. I mean, I've grounded myself so well in the paranormal. Nothing has followed me home as of yet. Let's put it that way.
Not for a while. No.
And guys, I mean, I'm around some of the most professional people that in paranormal. Grant Wilson. I mean, he right now, and he's like the godfather of paranormal, man. With his knowledge base and everything he's worked on. You guys have only seen him work on Ghost Hunters, where it's mostly residential cases. He'll go to some big places.
Mm-hmm.
He does a lot of stuff that people don't know about.
Well, I mean, he's an executive producer, right? So.
Yeah. I'm talking about the stuff he does behind the scenes that he does. It's not on the shows. He works with a lot of very bad cases of people, of the occult, people being just influenced by demonic forces. You name it. He's worked in it, so he's very knowledgeable about all that, and we know how to watch out and just keep ourselves, protected and everything.
I mean, I'm going to talk about South Park again. I think it was maybe 5 years ago, there was an episode of South Park where they kind of took the piss out of Ghost Hunters. But I mean, it's South Park. If you don't get taken the piss out on South Park, then you've not made it, basically. Are you hoping, like I am, that they do it again, but with you on there?
Yeah, I hope they do it again, man. It'll be funny.
I mean, I've already got your character.
A South Park character.
I mean, guys, for a bit of fun, last week I decided to basically make the entire American Ghost Hunter team in South Park form. So if you haven't seen that, go to our Facebook page. And I think I got us all pretty well done.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially Daryl. I mean, the black V-neck, the glasses, the hat backwards, the beard. I mean, it was just perfect.
Julian's on point.
But it was awesome. And someone did. I got compared to Julian, but that's only because I couldn't have Daryl's beard. I would have had Daryl's beard, but that was the only one that was bushy enough for Daryl. So I had to go with the goatee thing. But there was another question on here. Someone was asking about are there going to be? Let's widen it a bit. Are Pilgrim going to be making other ghost hunting shows? Are there going to be other team members, like when they had Ghost Hunters International running alongside the original?
That is above our pay grade. We don't. I have no idea, bro. I mean, I don't. It's definitely possible. Anything's possible. I do know A&E has some more paranormal shows coming out that are going to be, basically we're the flagship for a lot of their paranormal launch shows coming up. So I do know that.
Yeah, because they have Psychic Kids that shows after you guys, and they're doing. I think they're doing something to do with the world's largest ghost hunt, aren't they, or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's at Penhurst Asylum. I actually got to meet those guys in New York City a couple weeks ago. Really good guys. They stayed there, I want to say 3 weeks, I believe it was, at Penhurst. I might be wrong on that. I know it was a long period of time, and they filmed. So, so that we're actually, right now, we have a contest for people through Ghost Hunters. They can win a trip to Penhurst through the show.
That's true, I've seen that. I can't enter it because, well, I don't live in America, but if you guys go on Daryl's official Facebook page or any of the other members of the Ghost Hunters team, you'll find information about the competition on their page. I mean, I'm assuming that if you go on the Ghost Hunters website on A&E, I'm assuming it's on there.
Yeah, you go on Ghost Hunters A&E, or you can go. You can just Ghost Hunters Facebook page. I believe it's on the Twitter page. It's on Instagram. It's on all of me. You can enter. Yeah, there's a link.
And Annie would like to know who's in charge of taking care of your beard, or is that still self-preservation?
That's all me. Unless I'm on an A&E like type thing, it's all me. They make sure, like A&E, when you go there and you're doing anything with them, they have all that set up.
And so you're still, putting boot polish in it to hide the grey and
boot polish or whatever. Yeah.
Age gracefully, Daryl. It's alright. Even I'm getting grey hairs in my beard, and I'm like 30. So, well, officially now I'm 30. Yeah. So it's alright. Don't worry about it.
I don't worry about it.
You shouldn't. It's a mighty beard.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I know it doesn't. But I mean, I don't know if you've been reading the comments, Daryl. But I mean, everyone's going on about how good Ghost Hunters is. So many comments like typical is it's great to see an actual proper paranormal investigative TV show.
It is,
and it is a proper paranormal investigative TV show. That's what it is.
Right. I mean, we use we use everything that we don't use any garage tech, and we use. I mean, there's nothing wrong with garage tech. Don't be wrong, but if we're trying to prove to an actual client who actually needs help, we need to do it.
You have to use the best of the best. You can't get away with just using a K2 meter anymore. At least on probably the largest, the biggest ghost hunting show on TV.
Hey Brian, what's up, brother? Brian Murray's on here, one of my teammates.
Sergeant Murray.
Sergeant Murray.
Of
the United States Marine Corps.
Thank you for your service to a country that isn't mine. Although we are allies, so thank you. I've got a friend of mine who was in the British Army, so they might have been in the same place at some point. But yeah, I mean, Ghost Hunters is a proper paranormal investigating thing. It's not like running around like Scooby-Doo. They actually show the work involved in being a paranormal investigator, which you don't really see that much.
Right. You don't. You just basically, a lot of times on TV, you'll see a team showing up, doing an investigation, and they walk away from it. And it's all about finding ghosts. It's really not about helping a client or helping a business owner or whomever. And that's what we're about. I mean, people actually submit to Pilgrim cases, like clients will, and say, hey, I need help. I need somebody to come out and tell me what's going on in my house or my business. And that's how we get our cases.
And a lot of effort goes into making sure that these are reliable cases and that they're worth your help, basically.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in LA, producers and everything, are behind the scenes that go through them and make sure it's legit, and they do all their due diligence and everything before it even comes across our desk or whatever, Grant's desk.
Yeah. And I mean, basically, I mean, I said this on the show when Mustafa was on last week, and just echoing what Grant has said. I mean, although obviously finding evidence is a big part of the show, but it has to be, your ghost hunting team. Unlike other shows, the biggest thing about Ghost Hunters is helping the client. Yeah,
I mean, the biggest thing is when you go there, you find this client. A lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're in distress. They're worried, or their everyday lives are messed up, disrupted, or interrupted, or whatever. And your best thing is to go in there, and the first thing you do, you want to debunk. You want to debunk, try to figure out what these noises are. If you can't, that's when you start investigating. And you investigate, and a lot of times you'll find out it's most of it's just a human spirit or entity that just is there, either needs help or is just trying to get something across, or it's just living its life, on the other side, just like we do. So a lot of times that puts people at ease when you hear that.
I mean, one thing I've found myself saying to people now is when they know that on Facebook people upload pictures and stuff and they go, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this. And I've just found myself saying nowadays, yeah, that's great, but would that be counted as a piece of evidence on ghost hunters?
That's so true. We throw guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. We go through, when we do an investigation, we literally have anywhere from 7 to 8, sometimes more, lockdown cameras running, for 2 nights in a row, and plus our hand cams, sometimes body cams, and we have to review all that. That's not including the audio or thermal, if we're running a thermal cameras. And it's just so much to go through, and we only have like a day to really dig through it. We have to throw so much stuff out that it would be stuff that maybe you would see online that people would be thinking it's great, but we have to throw it out because we can't prove it is or it isn't. Like a lot of good EVPs and stuff, but it just, it's, if it's left up in the air, we can't really, show it to the client.
Yeah. So basically, you have to be 100% sure that it's not something you can explain.
I love you too, bro. I'll see you on Sunday.
He was talking to Brian, just in case
Yeah.
I was wondering. Thank you for tuning in, Brian, for the time you can spare. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. So let's talk about the last episode. Now, I haven't had the chance to see it yet because I was too tired to stay. Because I had to stay up till like 2 o'clock in the morning to watch it, and I couldn't. I was too tired. But you're at the Pillar House in New York.
Yeah, the Pillar State. Yeah.
So tell us about this case, and for those, spoiler alert. Tell us what happened on your part.
Well, yeah. For anybody who has not watched it yet and doesn't want the spoiler, we give you like a 2-minute warning here. Maybe you might want to listen to it, but great show. Basically, we had a client who needed help. He bought this house back in the mid-90s. It was basically a rundown house, didn't even have windows or anything in it, and he restored it back to its grandeur, the way it looked back in the 1800s. It's a beautiful house. He's still doing work on it here and there, but it's pretty much 100% done. And come to find out, we were able to go in there, and we had some great experiences. I don't want to say in case somebody didn't see the episode.
Don't give too much away.
I'm just going to tell you this. It was a great episode. We helped a really good guy. The guy, he's hard to understand because he's Scottish. He's been in the States for about...
Yeah, they're a nightmare. I live near them, so...
he's been in the States for about 20 years, so he has like a mixed Scottish American accent, and it's kind of like if you're with him, you can understand. You can understand everything he's saying. On TV, they had put subtitles up. You made sure you were understanding him.
If you've never spoken to a Scottish person before, the probably closest thing that you've seen is either Shrek or I don't know, Fat Bastard, right? They are very, very toned back Scottish accents. Trust me. Some of them are just impossible to understand.
I think we got a question on here from Kat.
All right, you tell me what it is, and I'll ask you again.
Oh God, man!
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
All right. So, are you guys each assigned to specific cameras, recorders, etc., to review to help streamline the process a bit, especially having so much to go through on so little time?
I did see that question. I was coming to that.
What? I'm sorry? What?
I did see that question. I was going to come to it in a minute.
Okay.
Well, I was planning on asking it, but I wanted to wait until after you stopped talking, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, well, good luck there.
Shut up.
Kat, we do. We all have our own cameras and our own audio. We have one of everything of our own. Data recorders, tri-fields, and we have 3 different teams. You have A team, B team, and C team. Kristen and I are A team, and we have all our own stuff. So whatever we film or we do audio on, like for our Zoom recorders, we actually are the ones that review that. So it's all put on hard drives and given to us, and we review our own evidence.
And then you sit in your hotel rooms going through everything.
What's that?
You sit in your hotel rooms and go through everything.
Yeah, so that way we know if something happened in a certain moment, we know when to look for it. So if we were doing somebody else's case, it'd be hard to do that because if they had a personal experience, we wouldn't be looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
And that made me laugh because last week, me, like Mustafa and us were like doing impressions of you, and it was basically just like Mr. T. I mean, for some reason, whenever I do an impression of you, it turns into Mr. T. That's why I laughed, because you're in the 18. I
must have missed that part last week. I thought I watched the whole show.
I don't know. I mean, I did it. Like when the news broke for Ghost Hunters, we did a quick thing on the AGHS Facebook page, just so because obviously we knew people were going to have a lot of questions, so we thought we'd just basically try and get as many people questions answered as possible. And I did an impression of you, but it came out more like Mr. T.
Oh, okay. That's awesome, Mr. T.
Daryl's Mr. D.
Hey Ray, how you doing, brother?
So one thing, obviously I've seen little bits on Facebook.
Melanie got it right, Mr. D. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Mr. D. I just said that.
I thought you said Mr. T.
I did say Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Then I said Mr. D at the last one. But I said it quietly.
Accent,
so.
I can't understand it.
Yeah, shut up. Right, so
we need subtitles for you.
Piss off. Right. So what's the there was like a big cable running across the front of the building with cameras attached to it.
That's that cable cam.
Yeah.
We use that on some locations, not all of it. It all depends on how big the location is. And the one we just did it's a really large location, so they were able to tie it off to a tree or a pole or something to another tree, and it gives you a really cool shot. It's really it's a really cool camera. It's one of like it has a swiveling neck, so it stays stabilized and just goes across. It actually can stabilize itself as it's going across the yard. Mm-hmm. It's really neat.
Yeah, it looked awesome. I liked it. I mean that's literally, other than the pictures that I've seen of the team, that's the only thing I've like seen of the episode so far. So I'm going to try and find some clips online at some point so I can actually like see some of it.
Okay.
Because I mean, the first episode was awesome, but I kind of wanted to see more of you. Not in a weird way. I just wanted to see.
No, it was a weird way.
Okay, it was weird, but I wanted to see more of you. And there was one shot where we got a nice view of your backside. But anyway,
what are we talking about right now? I'm so lost.
The first episode.
You wanted to see more of you, and you liked your butt. That was pretty much all I got.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. You're talking about
the school.
Lawyer in Idaho, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm just going to show a quick video. As you know, Paranormal Warehouse is doing a supporters thing now, where you can basically pay a flat rate and subscribe, and you get exclusive content. So if you do that, you'll be able to see this. We're going to be asking Shay and Weebs some questions about each other, and they're going to write down their answers and see if they get it right. Now, I can't believe I came up with this incredible concept and didn't copy it from another TV show at all. I suppose we better start with some questions. Contestants, do you have your pen and paper?
We do, indeed. We're so prepared.
Right, wicked. Right, so here we go. Now... Okay. Chef!
I'm so disappointed.
Don't be embarrassed. This is legit gold. Right, Shay. Your first question. We're going to keep things simple. What is Annie's favourite snack?
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. If you want to subscribe to Paranormal Warehouse, there's a blue button at the top of the page. It says become a supporter. I think it's like $4 or $5, something like that. And then you can see exclusive content like that. And there's proper stuff like ghost hunting as well. Or should I say paranormal investigating that you can watch as well. So please do support Paranormal Warehouse, so we can put the money towards sandwiches or, you know, improving our content. For me, it'd be sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
So
Sandwiches.
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 So do I have a funny voice then? Is that what this is? Because that seems to come up a lot. It's like, usually me and Daryl talk, doesn't mention it at all. As soon as we're in front of like all you guys, he's just taking the piss out of it.
I didn't say anything.
No, I know, but you I know what you're thinking. So I'm not going to say taco again. I'm not going to extend the A. It's just taco now. It's not taco. Or whatever fucking way it's meant to be. Anyway,
I want to apologize for my typing. I was trying to say, hey, Tony, and I accidentally hit the I, and then I went to do it again, and I hit the M. I'm sorry. Anyway, so moving on. Well, see, my keyboard lights up, and it, lights, and then it dims out, and then it lights and dims out.
I
so
remember.
you can't see it.
I remember when we did the K-Core show, and I remember.
All you hear is.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Tina. It was Tina, right?
Yeah, it was Tina.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God, sorry, my brain recently. I can remember every single time a little message would pop up on Skype. Greg, stop typing so loud. Because your keyboard is so
Yeah,
loud.
in the chat, it was like, can you mute it when you're typing? I didn't think it was that dang loud, but I mean.
Yeah, it was pretty loud, man.
So yeah, I mean, before us and Daryl were on Paranormal Warehouse, we were on K-Core, and before that, we were on a friend's YouTube page. But before that, Daryl, let's go back to the start. When did you first become interested in the paranormal?
I've always been interested in it, but I really didn't start really following it until all the shows came out, in the early and mid 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I really started getting into it, and then probably around 2007 or 2008, I believe it was, I got invited to a investigation. So I said, what the hell? I'd never been on one before. Let me try it. And I went, and I got hooked. I loved it. It was amazing. I had a great time. Had a lot of cool personal experiences happen there. And so right then and there, I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have any equipment or where to start. So I started getting little things here and there. And I actually was able to, when I met my wife and we first started dating, she was, dude, I mean, you freaked me out, man. All I could see was a black thing on your screen. It was your hat. You were looking down.
Well, stop looking at me and focus on what you're saying, man. Come on.
But yeah, it was. So when we first started dating, she was kind of into it. She'd never done it before either, and so we started doing places like Fort Delaware, Gettysburg, places of that nature. And then around 2011 or 12, I started Breaking Paranormal. And not long after that's when I met Greg and Stephanie.
Everyone else.
And what's that?
And everyone else.
And everyone else, right? And then we started, doing investigations, man. And
Where did you get the name Breaking Paranormal from?
where?
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever asked you.
It was kind of me just throwing a bunch of words together, man, trying to figure out something different that wasn't out there already. And there's so much shit out there online, and everybody had these cool names, and I was like, I just put a couple, whatever it was, I wanted to definitely be paranormal in it. So just throwing all this stuff together, and quite honestly, I think I was watching Breaking Bad or something, and I said, I'm gonna take the breaking and put it in front of paranormal, and there you go, Breaking Paranormal, and it just went from there.
They got the Breaking Bad movie coming out soon, which I'm looking forward to.
Cool, nice.
And where did you come up with the name for the American Ghost Hunter show?
We were both just kind of doing that. We were just talking about it one night.
Yeah, we were throwing names around, Greg and I. Actually, I remember one night Greg hit me up. He texted me or messaged me or something and said, "Hey man, what do you think about starting a podcast or something?"
Yeah, and then you actually had said right back, you were like, "Dude, I was just thinking about that the other day."
Yeah,
and just kind of went from there.
We started doing a YouTube podcast with a friend of ours, and we went through a couple different third co-host, then that's when we'd already known you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Helena, and then you guys were actually like a guest on the show at one point.
Yeah, and then we kind of just
it went from there. And then
we
you
wouldn't
jumped
leave.
on board, and it's what we're 3 years into it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the craziest part about the whole thing is like, I mean, like I said, I literally remember everything when me and Daryl were talking about, hey, let's start this. And like, I mean, I remember I was sitting at a McDonald's drive-thru, honestly, the first time when we were sitting talking about it.
I would imagine you'd be at some sort of fast food restaurant.
Yeah, go figure. But I mean, I remember us having the conversation, and it's just like, man, what can we do just to be like, to be able to talk to people and like be able to, explain our backgrounds and what we like to do, and then be able to get other people interested in the same thing and see what they like to do. And we just kind of kept talking about it, and it was just one day, hey, let's do this. And I remember literally like our first and like second, well, probably the first 10 or so episodes, we did like an hour-long YouTube show, and by the end of it, we would look and see how many views we had. We were lucky to have 5 views for the whole time. And it was just like, it was so cool to us to watch like it grow from 5 and 6 people watching it to now, oh my God, and watching it live, there was 20 people watching it, and it was just so awesome to us. And now, I mean, obviously it's way bigger than that, but it's amazing.
Because I remember because me and Helena were doing a podcast as well. We got excited when we hit 39 views.
Yep.
And now we're like talking thousands.
It was awesome. I mean, heck, we went to K-Core, and it was like, after at the end of it, we would hear what the last week, we had, and I mean, it was just like, oh, you guys had like 350 views, and we're just like, oh my God, that's amazing.
Actually, no, on K-Core, we would hit somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 views, I think it was, when you included playbacks and stuff over it.
Yeah. And then,
but then
Paranormal Warehouse, and then blew up Paranormal Warehouse, and you guys are getting, on a good night, 2,000 to 3,000. On a really good night, 15,000 to 16,000, like you've had a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when we had that Ouija board show, the day that I found out that you couldn't do the show, like I said, that hit nearly 17,000 views. Which is crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's crazy.
We are. I am trying to arrange another Ouija board show, but it's difficult because the people that do I do it for me. Obviously, they have a really hectic schedule at the moment, so we're just trying to find a time to actually do it. But going back to Ghost Hunters, man. Without giving too much away, can you give us a little insight into what the next episode is going to be about?
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen the commercials. We're going back to St. Augustine Lighthouse. We were back there back in the spring when we filmed it. It's going to be a really good one, guys. Definitely watch it. It's actually going to be a 2-part episode. We're going to 2 different locations on that one.
Okay. Was there a reason why you're going back to the lighthouse?
Well, they were having reports again, and they called us again.
Okay.
So they were getting different. It was different reports from the original show, and so we decided to go back and investigate them and help them, and I think we did. Because
that's always been one episode that's always stuck out in my memory, is that episode from the original show. So it was kind of obvious that you were going to go back there because there was pictures of it, but you hadn't sort of said, yeah, we're going back there to film an episode.
I think that episode and Eastern States episode for me on the original series were the 2 that actually hooked me on the show, and I watched it for 10, 11 seasons, and it was just such great evidence that came out of those 2 episodes, just with actual video, with visual evidence or video evidence at the time. And our cameras now are a lot more sophisticated than they had back then. So, yeah.
Right, and I have to ask, right, so people watching might have seen it. I mean, if you follow Daryl on Instagram or Facebook or the American Ghost Hunter Show, or you happen to be one of my friends on Facebook, you would have seen some members of the Ghost Hunters team, mainly Daryl, wearing a blonde wig. Explain.
We were just...
I know you're goofing about, but where did the wig come from?
Oh, well, that's a good story. We don't know. It's
We just found it in the street.
This was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. We were in Texas, and it was the last day of shooting, and we were wrapped up and just waiting. I think we had to go catch a flight or something. We were just getting ready to roll out, and they found this blonde wig in the back of one of our vans, and so it got passed around. Everybody started wearing it, and yeah.
So basically, it's possible that one of you is a transvestite, but you don't know who.
I would put my money on Mustafa.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything weird you're going to put on him, that's just not fair. Oh, man. I mean, you kind of look like Johnny Bravo when you had the wig on.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
And the thing is, me and Helena have always wanted to see you in a wig, so that's one of my dreams come true. So
Yeah.
we're super happy about
okay.
Okay, so we did have a question too. What has been your favorite piece of equipment to work with from Ryan?
On the show, I would say my favorite piece of equipment thus far, until I honestly just bought my own piece of equipment I'm using on the show now. I bought the Zoom 6, and I love it. But I think my favorite piece is the thermal.
Mm-hmm.
I love the thermal camera. We caught some really good stuff, guys. You're going to see it on an upcoming episode on 2 different locations on thermal. Very, very good and very compelling evidence. So, watch out for that.
That's awesome.
And what was the name of the plant? I've forgotten what. I think it was it the Oak Valley Plantation in Louisiana? Is that where you were?
No, we didn't go. We investigated a plantation. I'm not going to say the name of it. But we.
Well, it looks like the plantation from Interview with a Vampire. That's what I'm saying.
That was Oak Alley I was at.
Okay.
But we didn't investigate Oak Alley.
Oh, okay.
The Oak Alley is where they did Interview with a Vampire, and a few other movies there.
Yeah.
The one we investigated too, they did 18 movies there. I'm not going to say the names of them because people can research it and find out where we were. So you just have to wait. And they're big movies. It was really cool. Really.
That's awesome.
Huge movies that were done there, and it's a really beautiful place. But it wasn't Oak Alley, guys. No.
So what's you're gonna have to try and unless people already know, you're gonna have to try and find a creative way to answer this question. What's been your favourite place so far that you've investigated on Ghost Hunters?
On Ghost Hunters. Well, I'm just going to have to go with one of the first 2 because I can't tell you where I've been.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to have to be creative with the answer if it's not one that's been on TV yet.
I'll just say, it's the upcoming episode. I'll just say right now, we'll say St. Augustine because the commercials are out for it. Everybody knows the show's going to be there. So I'll say St. Augustine. It's one of my favorites. But quite honestly, we've been to some really cool places that I can't mention yet. And we got some really cool ones coming up. So far I'm going to say St. Augustine was really cool. Just being there because they got so much cool evidence from the original series. And it's a landmark on paranormal. It's definitely it's on a to-do list for people. I'm sure a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people love it. Mm-hmm. It was really cool being there. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there 3 or 4 times. That place is amazing. Every time you go, it's just incredible.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. I mean, in St. Augustine, the town is really cool. It's
whereabouts is it in Florida?
It's top right-hand side, pretty much, right on the ocean.
Yeah,
I've been to Tampa and Miami, but I've not been.
That's opposite direction.
It's the oldest city in America.
Is it?
It was founded in the 1500s by the Spanish. There's actually a Spanish-American fort there that's still standing.
Yeah. Yep. So, hey, Colette had a question, which I'm pretty sure you've already somewhat answered it, but have you resolved any of the hauntings on the episodes you've done so far?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing a good job otherwise.
You talked about that, but I wanted to make sure.
Do you ever really resolve a haunting is the thing, though? I mean, our biggest thing is to make sure the client is in a better place than we found them.
Right.
And so far everybody's been happy and everybody understands. and they feel more comfortable in their homes or business.
Yeah.
Maria's just saying that she hopes the lighthouse will still be standing after the next hurricane is about to hit it. But I mean, it's still standing after a lot of hurricanes, so I'm sure it's gonna be fine.
I think you guys
pretty
are
rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw Bill actually had said right before that he's ready for St. Augustine. It's right around the corner from him. So I hope you are safe, Bill, because that hurricane's not looking that great.
Yeah.
For the coastline, anyway.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about hurricanes so much in the UK. So.
Yeah, God bless all you guys down south, man. Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, all you guys. Yeah.
A lot of friends that way, so be careful.
I live a little further up than you guys do, so usually by the time it hits us, it's a tropical storm. But yeah, God bless you, and be safe and stay safe, and we all love you on AGHS and Ghost Hunters.
Yeah, I mean, I can only echo what you said. Obviously, you know, they're not like they're not a bit of fun. Like in a way, a tornado could be. They're very serious things, and yeah, we do hope people would stay safe. So just moving on quickly.
This is a good question from Tony here.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Do you know who photoshopped the picture of the lady in the window?
Okay, that would be he.
I have no idea what that means.
I'm sorry?
I have no idea what he means.
Okay, he's commenting on our last episode. Okay, guys, what happened on our last episode, people have to understand, we are given evidence. We don't create evidence. So we were given a picture by, not the client, but a witness. So the picture was used on the show, something we were trying to debunk. Come to find out, whatever it was, the picture was in this window on the property, and we're talking about the Pillars Estates. And the picture, we thought it was a Halloween mask at first. That's what it looked like to us. So we were looking everywhere in the house for a Halloween mask, something that would have made that, or we thought it was either pareidolia or matrixing on the window, you know, from a tree or whatever. Well, we couldn't. We debunked it as best as possible. We couldn't prove it was a ghost or a spirit looking out the window. We couldn't do any of that. So, come to find out, somebody has researched online after the show came out, and they found the picture online. But it's a picture. It's a popular meme that was going around a couple of years ago, and you still see it to today. I've seen it like probably 1,000 times on Facebook and everything. Of this, like, it looks like a witch or something. I can't even explain what the face looks like. So somebody, they photoshopped that and they stuck it on the picture of the window. They kind of like, you know, overlaid it. We do know who it was. The person is still saying that the picture is real and that they took the picture. So, guys, we know what we found online. Thanks to all our viewers on Ghost Hunters, and thanks for pointing the house to us. And we, put out a video Grant did and explaining it. And so, yeah, I hope we explained it well enough. I don't think they'll release the name of the person, but I don't know.
No, I get it. Don't worry. I mean, there's so many pictures of locations. No matter what location it is, there's gonna be some sort of location. There's hundreds of them where people upload a picture, and it's obviously, not real. But you're presenting this evidence, so you have to sort it out, basically. So I can understand.
Right. Hi, Nick.
Yeah, Nick wants to know if you're coming to. I'm assuming MI is Minnesota. Is it?
I think it's Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
I was just in Michigan last night, or Saturday morning. I was in Detroit.
A layover.
Yeah, a little layover.
So we're going to wrap the show up soon, guys, because we're coming to the hour point. So we'll be finishing in like 5 minutes or so. Before we do, Daryl, I just want to ask, how do you feel about being on a bus? I mean, not actually on a bus. I mean, your picture on a bus.
And my picture's on a lot of shit these days.
A lot of things, billboards, posters, bus stops, TV.
It's on my wall too.
Yeah.
I'm on
In
a
my
lot
wallet.
of people's wallpaper on their phones. I'm on a lot of shit, man. No, being on a bus was surreal, dude. That was such a surprise to us because I was literally, this is true story. We were in New York City and we were going to the A&E premiere that night. They were having like a big watch party for us. They got us a huge 4-story yacht that we
Jesus.
went out in the bay, and there's a couple hundred people from A&E and other places, and I didn't even get to meet everybody. There were so many people there, but I come out of the hotel and I'm standing there. We were supposed to be downstairs. I believe it was like 5:30 or something, and I came down like 5:10, I think it was. And I'm just kind of hanging out in front of the hotel. We're on Times Square, and I'm sitting there, and the one A&E producer, she's my PR person, came up to me, Liz, and she's like, "You're a little early." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just hanging out." She kind of gave me a look, and she went back in the building. I didn't pay any attention to it. Well, they'd got this bus, and all of a sudden I'm just standing there, and I look up, I'm on my phone, and I see this bus pull up in front of the hotel with all of our pictures on it, ghost hunters. And I just I totally shit myself. I mean, I'm like, what the hell? So, and they said, "Oh no, you got to go see the other side of it." So I went and looked at the other side. The other side was neon lights with all of us on it, and it was cool. So it was a double-decker bus. So we all got on the bus. We're on top, and we drove through Times Square, through New York City, and it was just crazy. People were freaking out and just and yelling and everything, and it was a great time. It's something I'll never forget. It was amazing.
I have to ask, when you started this journey back in March, wasn't it? And obviously you had the interviews, etc., etc., etc. And then you found out you were going to be in Ghost Hunters, and you start filming, doing all that stuff. Did you ever think for 1 second that you'd be experiencing what you experienced in New York?
No. I don't think any of us.
I mean, that's like, I mean, okay, it's New York, but that's like proper Hollywood kind of stuff we're talking.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's very humbling, and we all knew it was going to be. We knew it was going to be big, and believe me, there's been some trials and error, and we've been busting our ass for all these months. I mean, we've been filming since end of March, and this journey began for some of us in February, with the flying out to LA and all that stuff. So it was a lot of work to get where we are, and then we had the premiere 2 weeks ago. It was just amazing. It felt like there's a weight lifted off your shoulders because you're just waiting and waiting. And dude, the outpour for Ghost Hunters is amazing. I mean, the ratings were through the roof. They've been through the roof for the last 2 weeks. People love it. We're killing it, and we're gonna keep doing that, guys. It's a lot of work, but we're going to keep doing that for you guys out there, whoever's watching, all our viewers, all the fans of the show, and the people. We love you all, and we thank you for your support. And keep supporting us, guys. And if you see us out, we're going to be doing a lot of conventions and a lot of Paracons. There's a lot of stuff coming up next year. I've already signed for, and there's some stuff coming up later this year.
Mm-hmm.
You see us out. You see us out there. Don't so far it's crazy. I'll be going places and people are afraid to approach me. They'll see me like in a hotel or something. Or
but that's not because you're famous. People just generally are very wary of you. And I like to point out to people, we're making sure that Daryl stays grounded by just insulting him every now and then, so he knows that he's not that great.
In all honesty, it's surreal and it's very humbling. And a lot of people are just they're so sweet and they're really supportive of the show. And they'll see you out and they're like, "Oh yeah, I watch you guys." And they all they do is they just want to talk, and that's what we usually. We'll just talk with them, take pictures with them, whatever, and it's a good time.
Yeah. Well, I know it's not all fun and games. Obviously, you put a lot of hard work. You guys all do it. I mean, in your spare time, you're going through evidence. You're getting ready for the next investigation. You're getting ready to get on another plane, and you're going to get another plane. So it's a lot of hard work, man, and you're doing such a great job. The new show is amazing, and obviously me, Greg, and obviously the rest of the AGH team and everyone watching, everyone from Paranormal Warehouse, my mother-in-law, we're all really happy for you, man. And
thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Just keep up the good work and keep that beard in check.
I will. I want to say thank you to some people in here at the end here. I'm sorry, Jim Brown. Who else? Coletta. Thank you, Coletta. That's very sweet of you to say. Laura, Maria, Lori again, Carter. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Thanks for watching. Keep watching AGHS show. Also, great show. This is where it all started right here. And I try to hop on here as much as possible. My schedule it does not allow it. But yeah, I'm home like one Sunday a month. So yeah. We love you guys. Thanks, Melanie. I love you, hon. I'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks, Mom. That's my mom there, Sherry.
Yeah, guys, keep watching AGHS. There's no show next week because I have planned a surprise that's now not a surprise baby shower for my wife. So I'm not going to be here.
Spill the beans. Hey, Kat. How you doing, Kat?
She basically just got it out of me. I couldn't do it in secret. She just knew that something was going on. So yeah, there's no American Ghost Hunter show next week. The week after, I'm bringing another Brit on the show. I do apologise. Mr. Lee Roberts. He has done a couple of TV shows over here. He's done a paranormal investigation show where he brings on celebrities and investigates with them, and he runs a haunted location over here, and he writes as well. I've booked, hopefully Brian and Rochelle are going to be coming on from Ghost Hunters at some point. We're going to have Jack Kenner on the show again in October. He hasn't been on for a while. I'm sure you all know who Jack Kenner is. And my last show before the show takes a hiatus, we're going to be talking to Brandon, also from Ghost Hunters. I'm going to go for the whole team eventually. Just, you've got to get me Grant, Daryl.
I'll get you.
So guys, keep watching our show. Indeed, keep watching everything on Paranormal Warehouse. We do what we do because we love it and we want to entertain you. That's basically why we do this. Except Daryl, he's getting paid now. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out Daryl on Instagram, Facebook, his website DarylMarston.com, and you got merch coming out soon, hopefully.
Yeah. We have, if anybody who's watching who wants autographs, they'll be out soon. The autograph pictures and everything. I know 2 people won the contest. Who was that last week?
That was Chelsea Gill and David Childers.
Okay, Chelsea Gill and David Childers. I apologize. I'm waiting for all my autograph pictures to show up. As soon as they show up, I will get them to you as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you get. I know you sent your addresses and everything over to Alex and I believe me as well. I might not have seen them, but I will get them to you as soon as I get them. I talked to my manager just last week, and she's on it. So once I have them, you'll have them.
I got a question about that. So speaking of autographed pictures, can I show everybody the OG one?
The what?
The OG picture.
What's that? Back in the day. That's
I don't know how well you guys can see that, but that was the original picture that we had took. I think it was the second time that we actually did a investigation with Breaking Paranormal.
Daryl, you were a lot thinner back then.
That was the 4 of us, and we all autographed it.
That was at Halderman, wasn't it?
Yeah. So like Greg's gonna sell that at some point. Because that's going to be worth a lot of money.
Well, actually, I was just looking at it. It looks like Daryl's name's half, scribbled off. No, it was actually, if you remember, we actually were using a pen that was like a piece of crap. And, it was like a super nice pen, but it doesn't write well in pictures. So, as you would write, you could wait 3 days and you barely touched it and it would start wiping off. So, but yeah, that was definitely our OG picture from back in the day.
Oh, yeah. I thought OG stood for Original Gangster. Don't know why.
Well, it is. It's our original gangster picture.
So I saw a picture of Daryl from a few years ago. He looked like Aaron from Ghost Adventures. I was like, dude, because the beard wasn't as long. I was in shock. It was from probably 2000. It was probably when you first started ghost hunting, or even later than that, earlier than that. But anyway, so yeah, guys, check out Daryl's website, ParanormalWarehouse.com. There'll be merchandise, autograph pictures, and other things coming on there soon. And yeah, check him out on Instagram. Keep up to date with what he's doing on there, and Facebook and Twitter. So Daryl, thank you for taking your time to come back to us. We miss you, Daryl.
No worries, guys. I love you guys. I love everybody watching. Yeah, and Melanie, I do think you did take that picture.
Yes, you did. I was just actually typing that.
Yeah.
She was the one that was taking it. Yep.
Yeah. All right,
I
guys.
think it was just the 5 of us, if I remember properly. Oh no, there was somebody else. There was one other guy that was with Keith. I think it was Keith's friend.
Yeah. Scott. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, thank you for coming on, and hopefully Daryl will be back on at some point before the end of the year. Who knows? But yeah, guys. So keep watching AGHS and keep watching Paranormal Warehouse. We'll see you again in a fortnight. Take care.